Hey, everybody, and welcome to the True Crime Squad. This is Katie Weaver. I'm here with my sister, co host, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello, hey everybody. It's already
How's it
Wednesday.
going?
This week is
I,
burning by quickly for me.
it is.
It
It's
is
going
good.
super
It's
fast.
going very well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for you. You made quite the exciting purchase today.
I did, you guys. I bought the mini bamboo 3D printer today. I've
I'm
been
amazed
wanting
it's
one.
taken you this long, to be honest. But
I have wanted one for a long time. But right now on TikTok Shop, they are the best price I have ever seen.
mhm,
Everything is on sale. So is the PLA.
they're also the
Yes,
best printer I have ever seen.
yes, they are amazing. I'm very glad I
Mhm.
waited until they got this good and easy to use. And yeah, so you're going to be seeing some really cool stuff out of me. I keep saying that, and you keep are like, yeah, sure, whatever. Uh, I've told you all this before, but I produce audiobooks and I work with an author that I am managing the production of an entire book, ebook, physical copy, and audiobook. And I've been in the midst of that ever since the Daybell trial ended, and so I just haven't really been able to get my head around all my other projects. But that book launches on Monday.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
this project is almost done, and it's awesome. And I'm going to be sharing it with you on Monday because this is a book everyone needs to read.
Well,
So
great.
anyway, and then I'm going to be on to bigger projects. So if you have ordered snails from me and you're wondering where the hell are those snails, well, guess what? They're coming. They're coming. Everything. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's all coming.
Wonderful. I love it. Well, we drove up into the valley, Teton Valley, today to do an inspection. My God, it's beautiful up there. They
Ooh, I
definitely
bet.
got some snow up on the Tetons. You can definitely
Oh
see a
yeah.
gain up there, but holy cow, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, well, good, good, good. Uh couple of things that aren't like main case things today, but I'm seeing questions about on the Rex Heuermann press conference from from the PI. We're not going to air it.
Mhm.
We're just
Mhm.
not. But we have a lot of reservations about it, and the biggest one is that when you look at the timing of when Rex Heuermann's victims were killed and the age of his daughter, she could be nothing other than a victim. And it is
She
true
was a
that her
child.
art is really wild and is pretty disturbing. I'll give you that all day. But
Well, her dad is a serial killer, so
mhm, yeah, but to do anything other than just prove that that girl is a victim, I don't think that that did anything else.
no. Well, and she is
Anyway,
not charged with a crime.
no.
And we're very careful about things like that. We do not accuse people of crimes.
Yeah.
That is not our responsibility. We
Mhm.
cover cases where people have been accused of crimes or been convicted of crimes.
Mhm.
This person has not been accused of anything
No.
by any legal authority. And if anything did occur, and if she had to witness anything that her father did, it makes her a victim,
Yep.
not an accomplice.
Yep. Yep. And I think that should have been very clear. I don't feel like it actually was in the presser, but it should
No.
be made very clear that if that proves anything at all, it's that she was a victim of her dad's, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's all on that. Yes, and somebody else mentioned that Justin Ross Harris has just been released from prison. Yes, he
Mm-hmm.
has. This is the a man who did 10 years in prison after he left his toddler in the hot car and he died.
Yeah.
That's an old, not an old case, but an old age case. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really.
Yeah. But
Really.
Yeah, I feel like we just need to like put the FOS list up right now because man, we've got some contenders today.
Yes, we do. I'm ready to start punching, and I mean just with my words, because that's the only punching I actually do.
Probably wise, probably wise. Well, then why don't you kick us off? Actually, tell us about frickin' Stonehenge. This makes me want to punch.
Okay,
Or
yeah, I'm pissed. And, those of you who are not from the US probably have different views on Stonehenge. But look at this. Stonehenge has been crimed, my
yeah,
friends,
yeah,
vandalized. Now, I fully understand people's right to protest. I get that. Why destroy Stonehenge in the process? I do not understand at all. I
no.
don't understand this, but and maybe some of you, if you are more familiar, can help us understand. But this was two individuals from an organization called Just Stop Oil, and
Hmm.
they spray painted Stonehenge orange.
That makes me so
Two
damn mad.
I know. It is a place I've always wanted to visit that I feel like I have this very deep connection to, and ancestrally we have a very deep connection to.
Hmm.
And it's just, I don't understand. So it wasn't, oh, okay,
Yeah.
it's not spray paint, it's orange powdered paint, which is good news because it probably comes off better.
Hmm.
Um,
Still
but
though, why
very upsetting.
Stonehenge?
I know. Like, okay,
Whew.
protest your stuff. Maybe oil is a super bad thing in your community. I get that. I understand that this issue. However, why are
But
you ruining
vandalizing?
Stonehenge for the rest of the world? I don't get it.
Yeah.
How does that fix anything? You're trying to get attention, clearly, and you got it. But come on, man.
Well, like
Why do that at Stonehenge?
like Paula said, destruction of antiquities is a sure way to get people against your cause. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right,
Top
yeah, Angela, I
of the
agree.
FOS list. Yes.
People will ignore their message over this. I know.
Hmm.
Griffin says it was cornstarch. Okay. The article that I have says it was orange paint powder, but maybe it was cornstarch dyed orange,
Oh,
which
maybe. Or
hopefully that
cornstarch
means it
based.
will wash away. But I don't
Yeah.
understand, like, I don't see how this helps, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also,
Ugh.
I still want to visit Stonehenge in this lifetime. God damn it.
So leave it alone.
Yeah.
Also, it didn't take any oil to build Stonehenge.
No, it
So,
did not. Like, go protest something that has to do with oil.
right?
Stonehenge didn't use any oil. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-mm.
Can they restore it? I bet that they can, and
Yeah,
the
I think so.
antiquities people are working on it. But I don't really get, like, I just don't get that level of destruction of something that's so
No.
beloved and revered
No.
and has such a history. Like, yeah, I don't get it. Throw that
Yeah.
paint on oil tankers or something. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say about that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this one just I was so pissed off when I saw that. Like, what the
I
hell?
know.
Not a fan. Not a
That
fan.
that is like when people come here to where we live, and do things like take a walk out on Grand Prismatic
Yeah.
in Yellowstone,
Mhm.
where you should never go, or drop trash in the paint pots. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Griffin says these just oil protesters are very hated around the UK. They stop traffic. Oh wow.
Oh, interesting. Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or vandalize the petroglyphs out in Salmon on the Salmon River. That one absolutely slayed me.
Yeah. Why?
Stop it, god damn
Well,
it.
or knock over. What did they knock over in one of the parks in Utah?
Oh, it was in yeah, it was
Oh, it was. I
in
can't think of
Zion's
what it's
National
called,
Park.
but it was a really tall rock formation, really famous. People come from all over the world to see it. And some
Mhm.
dumbass and his got his scouts together and they shoved it over.
It didn't seem
What?
safe. It didn't
Yeah,
seem safe.
like come on.
Think, people. Yeah.
Yeah,
And stop doing these things.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
stop.
Boo. Well, speaking of boo, let's
Hmm.
talk about Kouri Richins.
Oh my God. Let's do.
Well, uh, Kouri Richins' trial is obviously going to be delayed now due to the fact that she has new attorneys. Not a big surprise there. But her attorneys are claiming that the state has been manipulating, or no, I'm sorry, the state is accusing the defense of manipulation and putting on a show. There's a lot of filings back and forth right now.
Of the new defense?
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So this is what they're saying. They were fine until suddenly there was a mysterious, irreconcilable, and non waivable situation that was filed just hours after they filed a separate motion asking to be disqualified. So, like, Sky Lazaro really went hard. Like, I have to be off this case immediately.
Right.
And the prosecutors are saying that was a manipulative litigation tactic. In a swift series of
Oh.
filings, Richard's attorneys sought to poison this aggravated murder case by simultaneously removing every single lawyer. This is unconscionable given the defendant's custody status. The attorney's delay in filing the motion months after the alleged events demonstrates that the motion is a manipulative litigation tactic that constitutes a standalone basis for dismissal.
That seems extreme too, though. Like,
Yeah,
for dismissal?
you have to be able to get a new attorney if things aren't going well.
Right. Like, and I mean, we have all seen some real bullshit stuff that has gone down
Mhm.
with her attorneys and the shit that she's pulled on them. I don't know if they were overblowing this, but
Mhm.
I mean, what's it's done now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Susie, these kinds of things have always happened. I don't think it has anything to do with the future generation. People are assholes and can be
Mhm.
destructive, and I do not understand it.
I just think we see it more now because of social media. There have been so many people walk over Grand Prismatic in Yellowstone, like it's a thing to do that and get
Yeah,
arrested. Like, why? It's wild. So,
yeah.
anyway, Kouri Richins' attorneys are also accusing the state of illegally accessing recorded jail calls between her and her attorneys. Prosecutors are saying, yeah, the calls were recorded, but that's because they pulled a Mark Means
They
and didn't
did.
pre register their number with the jail system. They're saying that that's just not their fault and these guys need to do their job better. So, lots of fighting, lots of back and forth, and
Yeah.
definitely a delay coming in her trial.
And lots of this has nothing to do with the crime she committed,
Yeah.
the stuff we see before every trial. But yeah, give me a
Yep.
break. They were not using the correct app to call her. That is not the prosecution's fault. Give me a break.
No. Yeah. Yeah, that
If
happened in
you're too
Murdaugh
dumb to know,
also. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, before we go any further, I forgot and I
Mm.
need to tell you, tonight is the watch party.
Yes.
So if you are a member of our subscription service on YouTube, at 8:15 tonight is the watch party. We're going to watch Scouts Honor: The Secret Files of the Boy Scouts of America. Bring your punching pillow, you're going to need it.
Hmm.
Uh And of course, you watch that on Netflix and you chat with us in the private chat. And that's already posted over at YouTube. You've probably already had an alert that it's up if you are a subscriber. If you want to be a subscriber, just head over to YouTube. Right there on our homepage of our channel, there's a spot there to subscribe or join. And that's how you
Hmm.
do it.
It's join. Yeah.
hmm So that is coming up right after this show. Then again, it's Scouts Honor: The Secret File of the Boy Scouts of America that we're watching.
Mm.
Bring all the punching pillows
Hmm.
and the FOS list. You'll
Yes,
want it all. Yes.
you will.
Hey, Kaylin. Yep. Good, Lee. I'm so glad. Yeah. So anyway, that's all with Kouri Richins. It's just more of the same.
Drama, and I'm sorry, but if you're too stupid to call your client in the way that you're supposed to as a defense attorney, that is no one's fault but your own.
Hmm. We can't help you.
They were literally turning those calls over to the defense for
Hmm.
6 months,
And the defense never
and
said a
they
word.
didn't catch it.
Yep.
Like, you cannot fix stupid.
And suddenly they're like, "Hey, you guys, you can't be looking at these." And we're like, "Yeah, no shit, Sherlock."
We've been sending them to you for 6 months. Hello? You want
Yeah.
to figure this out on your end? It is your job.
Hmm. And also, come on, man, you are defense attorneys. You should know better. Surely you know how to register yourself in the system. Come on. Crazy. Anyway,
Ridiculous.
so that is that. Let's see, Kristi, let's talk about the emergency alert in Stacy Drake.
Oh, yeah, you guys, this guy. This dude is so scary. This is Stacy Drake, and
Mm,
he is suspected of a triple murder. And he has been spotted in Arkansas. So he was just spotted not very long ago today in Morrilton, Arkansas, near a hotel.
yeah.
It's very close to I-40, so people they think he's on the move. But I don't have a lot on this story right now because it's a lot to get into, but I wanted to share this because I think some of you live in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for this dude. He is very scary. He is very dangerous and is known to carjack people, and was seen near I-40 in Morrilton, Arkansas. So please stay safe. If you see him, call the police immediately.
Hmm.
Do not engage. The dude is scary as hell.
Oh my God.
I guess if he
Yeah.
tries to take your car, run him over. I don't know. That was,
Okay then.
that was
Oh,
a joke. Just saying.
Melly lives in Northwest Arkansas and said police are all over looking for him. Oh, I'll bet.
Yes.
I'll bet they're desperately looking for him before he kills again.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he's terrifying. Yeah. Uh, in other news, Buster Murdaugh has
Mm-hmm.
had enough. He
Yes, he
has
has.
filed a huge defamation lawsuit due to everybody, leaning towards that maybe he had something to do with Stephen Smith's death. And he's decided to sue everybody. He's suing Netflix, he's suing Warner Brothers, he is suing Blackfin, Warner Brother Media, and a few other places. Campfire Studios, the Cinemart, Gannett, the Hampton County Guardian, and the County Guardian's editor, Michael DeWitt. He says
Wow.
his reputation was irreparably damaged and he has suffered mental anguish, from statements made in documentaries made by these outlets. He's looking for actual damages, punitive, cost of the lawsuit. Uh, What I'm understanding is he's going to struggle with this because it really depends on exactly what they said. Because Buster was looked at that time. Buster was mentioned many times in the police report as being somebody who was in the area. And so people that are saying, hey, he was mentioned as somebody that, was in the area at the time Stephen Smith died, that's true. And all of that's going to have to be carted out. So he may actually shoot himself in the foot by pulling up this old case and the old evidence and having to speak for that. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll
And
see.
also, I mean, he is in fact the son of Alec Murdaugh. He is the son of Maggie and the brother of Paul. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, it just mentioning him does not
Hmm.
necessarily mean they've done anything illegal.
Right.
Yeah, I had the same thought. Somebody said, "Do you think his dad put him up to this?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Alec is going to do whatever it takes to get money because
Hmm.
he will do anything to get money,
Hmm.
as you can all attest to if you're well
Yeah.
aware of this case and
Mhm.
his dad. Right, Kaylin, discovery works both ways in lawsuits.
Mhm.
He should tread lightly. Right. I don't
Exactly.
know
And
that this is the wisest thing. If he really wants to disappear, he should shut up.
and disappear. Yeah. Yeah, it may not be the wisest move, so we'll see what happens. Right, and Kaylin said they didn't accuse him or say he did it. They said it was a possibility. Exactly.
Hmm.
And the police reports are going to say exactly that because that's why people are saying this because
Right.
that's what the police reports say.
Yeah.
Right, Buster's
Right, Jessica.
reputation wasn't good before, right?
Yeah.
Due to his own stuff. His own stuff.
Well, and his dad. I mean, like Paula
Oh,
said,
yeah.
if he wants to sue somebody, he should sue his dad. The
Right.
reason his
I thought
name
that
is
was a
all over
great
the
thought.
world is because of his father
Yeah.
more than anything. So, yeah, it is kind of interesting. We shall see.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Right, Christine, they are out of money.
Yep.
So, this is a way to try to drum some up.
Yep. Oh, talk to us about definitely the top of the FOS list, Robert Morris.
Oh my God, you guys, why do these shitty people exist? This is Robert Morris. He was a pastor at Gateway Church. Oh no, did I just get paywalled? I did. Okay. He was a pastor at Gateway Church. He was
Mhm.
also a religious advisor or a spiritual advisor or whatever they call it to the Donald Trump White House.
Mhm.
Has now resigned in shame after admitting, and this is the part that's going to piss you off. It pissed me off. I'd like to punch him in the face. Um to what he called an inappropriate relationship with a young lady.
Yes.
No, he raped a 12-year-old girl
Mhm.
when he was 20.
Yeah.
And this
And
was not a
was a
one
part of
time
the
thing.
church, was a part of the clergy of the church then.
Yeah, yes. It would amount to criminal sexual abuse, according to her, and he has admitted that, in fact, he did do those disgusting things.
Mhm. Yep.
He says they say it was kissing and petting and not intercourse, but frankly, I trust nothing out of these
Mhm.
people anymore.
Mhm.
She was 12 and he was 21
Mhm.
when the abuse began.
Mhm.
That is child sexual abuse, my friends. That
Yep.
is not an inappropriate relationship.
No.
God damn it, am I tired of people saying that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a clue. Like, but then someone, another pastor, this time a woman at
Mhm.
his dumb church, came out with this brilliant statement. I want people, this is Barbara Phillips' little page, by the way. I
Mhm.
want people to not judge Robert Morris because of a mistake he made over 30 years ago. First of all, fuck off. It's only because no one knew.
Mhm.
Some young girls at 12 years old are very beautiful and sexy. You think 12-year-olds are sexy, Barbara Phillips' little page?
Yeah.
You probably need to be locked up.
Mhm.
They don't understand how men are made, and young men don't understand the actions. Their actions are used by the devil to ruin a future God has for them. Oh, hello, fucked up purity culture. Go to hell, Barbara. Uh, Other godly men have been distracted by Satan. No, it's called pedophilia.
Mhm.
That's why older men need to mentor young men.
Yeah, we've seen how
Uh,
that goes.
yeah, we have. Um, Young men don't realize how Satan will try to destroy their futures with their families and ministries. Oh, for God's sakes, Barbara, stop letting these men off the hook
Mhm.
saying it's Satan and this
Mhm.
purity culture bullshit.
And
That
some
man
12-year-olds are
molested a 12-year-old child.
yeah. And we shouldn't judge him. And some 12-year-olds are beautiful and sexy. And then Satan
What?
too.
Listen, lady,
Jesus Christ.
you need medication and
Mhm.
counseling if you think that. Like, seriously, get some help.
And need to not be working with
God.
the public, particularly children.
Has Barbara had any clapback? Oh, yes, but they don't
Oh
care.
yeah, all over Twitter, but
Blaming
yeah.
Satan for everything. I mean, we grew up with that too.
Mhm.
Well, Satan is tempting you, whispering in your ear all of the
Mhm.
time. So, That's
Mhm.
why, men abuse little girls.
Yeah.
Ugh. But that woman, I mean, yeah, he's trash and
Mhm.
should go to prison for what he did. But that woman, the damage she is doing to
Mhm.
women and girls saying that shit and
Yeah.
giving men permission to
Mhm.
abuse children like that,
Yeah. Well, when
fucked up.
he left the church for 2 years to get some counseling, and then her father forgave him, and so did the pastor, so he was able to come back.
I'd like to kick her father squarely in the nuts. Her
Mhm.
father should have called the police.
Yep.
What the hell? Right,
Yep.
exactly. Exactly, Jessica. How many other mistakes has he made that
Mhm.
we don't know about yet? Exactly.
Oh, they're out there, and now that this has
Because
come
men
out,
like that, they
they
don't
will start
stop.
lining up. No.
They will.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
It's horrifying. Yep.
yeah. Disgusting.
Yep. Uh, I don't know if you guys have heard yet, but there was a huge, well, it's kind of a DNA for the win case this week. It's really interesting, actually.
Yes.
Uh, oh, I didn't know that. Rom says Nick Aliverdian news of today. He won't represent himself? You mean he wants to
Uh-uh.
represent himself? I can't wait to hear about that. Okay. Uh, Rachel Morin. The Rachel Morin murder has been solved.
Yes.
So we covered this
This is
case
huge.
a while ago. This is Rachel. So
Yeah.
Rachel was sexually assaulted and murdered about 10 months ago. Pardon me. This happened in Maryland off of the Ma and Pa Trail in Bel Air, a suburb of Baltimore, Maryland. And of course, it's gone unsolved. There was DNA from the beginning, but it didn't match. They'd ran it through CODIS, it didn't match, but it did match to another crime that had happened in California. So they knew they had this person that was out, obviously assaulting and murdering women, but they didn't know who this person was. So they went to Othram. And Othram,
Othrin for the win again.
mhm. So Othram made helped to come up with a composite sketch of what this person would look like. And there was actually also a video that showed the suspect leaving the scene of the Los Angeles crime. So they had these ideas from Othram about who this person would be. So they had a still from the video that they had released to the public, hoping to find this person. He was described as being Hispanic, 20 to 30 years old, around 5'9", around 160 pounds. So in February, that sketch was released to the public. And in Hartford, they had already done 100 interviews, followed up on more than 1,000 tips, had flyers everywhere. They had a reward. Still, they did not know who this person was. And then, of course, back up to Othram, who was doing advanced DNA testing on, the perp's DNA to try to
Mm-hmm.
help them with what they call forensic grade genome sequencing to build a comprehensive DNA profile for the unknown suspect. So after they completed that, that went to the FBI in Baltimore, and then they performed genetic genealogy research to investigate leads in the case. And with those leads, they were able to start a follow up investigation. And in May 2024, a potential suspect was identified through genetic genealogy as a man named 23-year-old Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez. And they actually were able to locate him in Oklahoma and arrest him. So he's awaiting extradition right now. He's in Oklahoma still, and he'll be extradited to Maryland. And then I think that also he'll probably stand trial for the crimes he committed in California. But now that they have his DNA appropriately identified in the system, there are, serious hopes that there'll be more conversations about who, or, there may be more crimes to solve as well with this information, but it's pretty
That is
amazing.
amazing.
And yes, he had fled El Salvador on murder charges. So this is an incredibly dangerous human being.
Wow.
Yep. So he is off the streets, thank God. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Go Othram.
Yep. Absolutely.
They
Go
are doing
Othram.
amazing work.
They are, but again, that was like a huge compilation of police work between Maryland, between California, between Othram, between the FBI. Like there was so much work that came together to pull this guy. I think is an absolute miracle that they found him. An absolute
Yeah,
miracle
definitely.
before anything else has happened. Yes, Interpol also had him flagged. Yep. Yep. So all the love to Rachel Morin's family. I can't imagine the
Yes.
renewed grief and horror, but also relief that they must be feeling right now.
Right.
Yep.
Right. But that makes me really happy.
Yep.
But we got to get faster at this.
Yep. Yep.
A lot
Well,
faster.
that was this one didn't take 20 years. It took 10 months, which is pretty
Yeah,
good. But yeah,
it
we need to
is.
get faster and faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Rom's saying that no, Arthur Knight does now want an attorney. I was really hoping he would represent himself. That was going to be great. But
Oh,
that's
he's going to
okay.
try to fire a whole bunch of attorneys. Like Rom said, it's going to be a Sarah Boone deal. It will,
It will.
because
Yep.
of course they're going to call him by his legal name and not his
Mhm.
fake name, and
Yep.
you know,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's going to turn into a whole thing.
Hmm.
Yes.
It is, but don't worry. We just missed this one. We almost always have his updates
Oh
because
yeah.
we watch him very closely because he's in Utah right now, guys.
Mhm. Well, it's wild because I actually looked his name up today and didn't see anything. So,
Oh wow.
who knows? There's been chaos in my life today, so I don't know. Who knows? Let's talk to us about Brent Taylor.
Brent F. Taylor,
Yeah.
this asshole right here. Brent Taylor led a Utah County Youth Symphony for 40 years, you guys. 40 fucking years. And
Mhm.
I know I have met this man. He's very familiar to me, his name and his face. But I did some symphony touring when I was in college, and we did some Utah performances. And I absolutely believe that I met him at one or another event.
Mhm.
So this asshole, this is in American Fork, Utah. He pleaded guilty yesterday to attempted forcible sodomy for a sexual assault he committed 20 years ago. They let him plead to attempted forcible sodomy rather than the actual charge, which was forcible sodomy. So, of course, he gets to plead down. But here's the deal: he was arrested when he finally bothered to show up to court. So, his case has been delayed several times because he just didn't come to court, guys. He's 75 and his nurse died and he just couldn't get on Zoom, or he just couldn't come to court on his own. Fuck off, buddy. Don't care. No one cares. So
That's
he,
totally a you problem.
yeah, that is totally a you problem. What's happening is this man has gotten away with some horrific shit and is finally getting some comeuppance. So he was arrested uh, when he showed up finally to what was supposed to be his own jury trial for these charges in American Fork, for guess what? Some more charges out of Salt Lake.
Yeah.
The initial charges were filed against him 6 years ago. And this man has been free the whole time
Yep.
due to his health. I could not care less about this asshole's health.
If you're
honestly.
healthy enough to be assaulting people, you're healthy enough to be going to jail.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
Awful.
So now, three former employees of the Utah Valley Youth Symphony have accused him of either sexually abusing them or inappropriately touching them when they were teenagers.
Hmm.
He retired from the Utah Valley Symphony, um, Utah Valley Youth Symphony, in 2017 after 44 years in that group. Now, here's the part that is going to make me and you furious.
Hmm.
He is accused, this is from KSL, and I was sort of almost late to the show because I was trying to log into my KSL account so I could bitch them out. He is accused of engaging in sexual behavior with a teenage musician between 2002 and 2006 in Utah County. No, he is accused of
Yeah.
sexually abusing a child in Utah County, is what that should say.
Yeah.
Um, these boys were 12 and 13 years old when
Oh,
these things occurred.
my God.
Children.
Yep.
Yeah. So now, in Salt Lake County, he is charged with 2 counts of sodomy on a child, which is a first-degree felony, and 2 counts of aggravated sex abuse of a child, a second-degree felony. Those are
Hmm.
pending, but he has now pled guilty to the attempted sodomy of the child that he, sodomized.
Yeah. God damn it.
He has
Man, Utah is
already.
batting 1,000 right now, aren't
Oh
they?
my God, I'm so sick of this shit. This man needs to be in prison.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's old and sick or not. His victims are living with what he's done while he's been
Hmm.
free.
Yeah. No, he ruined their lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The numbers will grow. Absolutely, Jessica. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
oh, they will. I mean, they already are.
Yeah.
So they were going to go to jury trial without him this week because he wasn't sure if he could just really be there, guys. They had already started jury selection and then he was arrested, so then they had to hurry up and get a plea in place for that case.
Hmm. Good
Just makes me
Lord.
sick. I am so tired of these fucking cases and the way that they're being presented in
Hmm.
the press.
Yep.
This is not inappropriate sexual behavior. This is sexual assault. This is rape.
Hmm. Yep.
That is what
I
these cases are. You know, it just
I was
oh
yeah. I was reading today about a 75-year-old woman in Utah that's just
yes.
had been hit with a huge amount of charges for sexually assaulting children for like 30 years. She's been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And it again was talking about little girls who had been coerced into sexual relationships with this person. No, they
Yeah,
weren't.
they've been
What are you
molested
talking about?
by this person. Oh my God.
We need to start calling out the news every time we see it.
Yeah,
This is
but
insane.
it's ridiculous. But you know what? It's every time it's
Yep.
some Christian, Mormon authority
Mhm.
or member or pastor that they use
Mhm.
this language.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck all of that.
Yep.
Why? Why are we
Absolutely.
protecting these people? I have oh
Yep. Yep. It's just unbelievable. Well, in unbelievable, let's talk about Delphi. So we talked last week that Richard Allen's attorneys had filed asking Judge Gold to remove herself from the case. And no one thought she would, but of course she didn't and offered a very small clap back to them, basically saying no. And so they have filed an opposition to that. And the reason they're doing it is to make a record. And it also seems as though maybe they're going to try and take this beyond her by filing this. So I'm just going to give you a few of the highlights or lowlights, if you will. Judge Gull failed to inform the defense that Carroll County Sheriff's Office fabricated facts in a report filed in her court. This goes clear back to June 14th, 2023, when there was a hearing in which there was a prisoner there named Robert Baston who was supposed to be transported to the hearing because he
Oh,
had been
right.
subpoenaed by the
Yes.
defense because he had sent
Mm-hmm.
2 letters to the court talking about the horrible treatment that Richard Allen was suffering in a supermax prison. And apparently, when it was time for the bailiffs to take him and transport him to court, he didn't want to go and put up a big fuss. And they at first were like, well, we're going to have to, we'll extract you from your cell if we have to. You're subpoenaed. Well, then they claim that they contacted Judge Gold's office and that she said he didn't have to come. Judge Gold says she never said that. And so basically the defense is saying, so either Judge Gold is lying or the sheriff's office is lying, but either way, someone's lying and we deserve to know who and
Yes.
why. And they also
Right?
claim that this makes Judge Gold a witness because
Oh, no. We're trying to make the judge a wit. Oh, shit.
back to
This
this,
never goes well.
it does not. But basically, they're saying because she was in the middle of this and because the member of the sheriff's office that was involved in this filed a false report claiming that Judge Gold said that he didn't have to come, that is interfering in their case. And so there has to be some movement on that.
Yeah.
And Judge Gold's just refusing to speak to it. And they're saying that that can't happen. We were asking for him to be moved from that prison because of cruel and unusual treatment and because we were trying to prove that the treatment he was receiving there was the reason that his mental health had deteriorated to the point that it had, that he made that weird admission that he did of his crime and was eating all of his court documents and unable to participate in his own defense. And that was completely stymied because of the sheriff's office refusing to bring Basco to court or Baston to court.
Wow.
So there's that. They also are, I'm not going to explain all of these in depth, but it, like they're saying, it makes her a witness in the matter as to Toby Lesenby's credibility. Toby Lesenby is the person who filed the supposedly false police report, we think. Also, Judge Gold's failure to admonish the Carroll County Sheriff's Office may cause law enforcement to believe they can create fabricated stories in this case with no consequences.
May clearly already
Hmm.
has.
Yep.
Wow.
Judge Gold continues to errantly accuse the defense of improperly filing ex parte documents. Remember that the prosecution, in a filing, admitted that they had seen some ex parte documents that had been filed. And these guys came back to Judge Gold going, what the hell? What gives? And they wanted some action on that because, that's really bad. And basically, she was like, it's fine. She then sent a note over to the defense saying that they should train their staff better in how to file these things so that doesn't happen. So in this filing, they're coming with their receipts to prove that they did file exactly how and what they were supposed to. And then she sent them over a tutorial that might help. The tutorial is actually for court staff to use to be sure that they file things correctly so that this doesn't happen. It wasn't the defense that screwed up, it was Judge Gold's court that screwed up. And then the
Jesus
prosecution,
Christ.
who just was lapping it up and not telling anybody that they were receiving these and reading them when they were clearly not for them
My
and marked very clearly that they were confidential.
Holy shit.
Judge Gold has failed to admonish Prosecutor McClelland for improperly reading ex parte pleadings while continuing to denigrate defense counsel. Yeah, I mean, she treats these guys like they are public enemy number one. This court offered its hand-picked public defenders an opportunity for a hearing on the Franks motion, but denied the same opportunity for attorneys Baldwin and Rossi. In its order, this court claimed that it is irrational and unreasonable for the defense to assert that lawyers with 70 years of combined experience that have never had a judge provide a hard end date for a trial. Calling defense counsel irrational and unreasonable shows bias, especially when the court is wrong in its understanding of jury rule 4. Just more of their arguments.
Mm.
I'm just reading the highlighted parts. Judge Gold's May 31st, 2024 explanation for her denial of defense motions without a hearing provides a rational interference of bias. She keeps doing this to these guys, not giving them due process, not giving them hearings to discuss matters, but just making an off the cuff ruling on stuff and not even allowing them to argue their case. She's done it many times to these two in these matters, and it shows bias. Even
How is
concerning
this justice
something,
for Abby and Libby?
yeah, even concerning
Okay.
something as basic as a request for a recess, Judge Gold shows favoritism to the prosecution. This court failed to address the appearance of bias which does exist in this case. Failure to address other issues contained in the first motion to disqualify, because they filed twice motions to disqualify because of law enforcement destroying evidence. And Judge Gold won't even hear it. She won't even hear a hearing on it. She's not reading it. She's not commenting on it. She's just like, no. Whatever these
What
guys
the hell?
file, she's just they filed something a while back that was it was an emergency filing, and she didn't comment on it for 13 days.
Jesus.
It is unbelievable
Yeah,
what's
it
going
is.
on in this case. I've never seen anything like it. So, at any rate, they are asking yet again for her to remove herself from the case. And obviously, she's just going to say no again, but they're making a record because likely they are going to try to go beyond her again, like they've had
Again,
to before to get themselves
I
put back
mean,
on this case when she
the
illegally removed them.
the freaking Indiana Supreme Court should have removed her long ago when they had the opportunity. This is so disgusting,
Hmm.
this behavior. And she's so empowered. Like, she
Yep.
does not give a shit. She got
Yep.
away with this the first time when it went to the Supreme Court, so why would
Hmm.
she care?
Yep. Yep. Hey, Miss Mandy. We haven't talked about Karen Reed. We're actually not doing Karen Reed, which I know is crazy because all of the podcasters are. It was going on in the middle of Daybell, and we just didn't have the bandwidth for it.
Nope.
And also the controversy for it is just it's too much. So we're
Yeah,
we're
well, it's
watching
just
it
too
with
hard to
horror,
catch
but
up
we're
at
not.
this point.
Yeah, we're just not really covering it very much. But we're sure glad you're
Right.
here.
Yes, bona fide and got promoted.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, in the
yeah,
middle of all this, Judge
so
Gall gets promoted. Yeah.
so much ridiculous bullshit here.
Yep. They are. They'll have to go back to the Indiana Supreme Court, and then will they do anything or not? They didn't remove her last time,
No.
so we don't
They
know what's going to
admonished her
happen.
slightly and let his attorneys come back
Yeah.
to him, the attorneys that he preferred, but that was it, and her behavior has not changed at all. It is
No.
so gross. Welcome, Mandy.
Yeah.
It's really nice to have you. Thank you for subbing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say. And now, of course, that he's not even scheduled to go to trial until October now. Um,
And Willie then, I mean, he did waive his right to a speedy trial. Initially he
well,
didn't, and
he
then he
did.
kind of did, right?
Right. Well, he. I think initially he did, but then they filed a filing that makes them have to go to trial within, I think, like 72 days, which meant they would have
That's
had to
right.
go to trial in May. But they just couldn't even get their shit together enough to do it, and they had to be
Mm-mm.
bumped out. So yeah, it's a mess. Yeah,
Yeah. It
it's a mess.
is, yet again, how are we ever going to see a fair trial for Richard Allen? Who the hell knows if he had anything to do with Abby and Libby's deaths at this point? It's impossible to even know
Right.
based
With the
on all of
amount
this
of fuckery
bullshit.
that has gone on here, who could even say. The
And
fact that there has
absolutely none
been
of this focuses on justice for those girls' families.
no, not at all. Well, and the fact that so much discovery was actually destroyed by the police.
Yeah,
How can they take him to trial when there's exculpatory, potentially exculpatory evidence that was deleted? I I don't even know what to say about this case anymore, except for that we are not going to quit watching it. We're not going to shut up about it, but
no, we aren't. And I
that's
know a lot of
something.
other podcasters that aren't either because, you know, whether you think Alan did it or not at this point is moot.
Hmm.
Because if he cannot get a fair trial for this, this is terrifying information about
Hmm.
the court system in
Hmm.
Indiana.
Yeah,
What else bullshit is going on? Hey
right.
Ron, let's stay on topic. Okay, man, you're kind of taking over our chat. Let's talk about we're talking about Delphi here. Let's talk about Delphi. Right. It is, yeah, it is like they figure they have a suspect to pin it on, and so that's it. Because they've done such a shit job of this investigation and have had
Oh,
so many suspects that went nowhere. Um, and so, yeah, this is all convenient now. But have any of you seen any actual evidence that they have that proves that he did this? Because I have not seen anything
well, the
that proves
arrest
that he did this.
affidavit was super, super milk toast. When it first came
Yes.
out, we both went, "This is it. This is it." Hmm. They did not have much. And
No.
also, the things that have come out in the attempts at the Franks hearings about the other people that were initially investigated that were kind of, just passed over, and that's the investigation, that's the discovery that was deleted.
Yeah.
The 2 brothers that they had been speaking to that were a part of, the what's it called?
Uh,
The Odinists.
the Odinists.
The
Yeah.
Odinists, and, yeah. So, I don't either, Jessica. Personally, I don't think Alan had anything to do with this. The other
I
thing
don't
is
either.
that, the Franks hearing and the documents that they filed, I think, are pretty compelling to, make you wonder because, the defense is claiming, and of course, they're the defense, so the defense is gonna defend, but they're claiming that, the original warrant to search his home was issued illegally because they lied to the judge. And they can prove that. They have the receipts for it. So law enforcement lied to the judge. The judge issued a search warrant. They searched his home. They found a gun that they say matches an unspent bullet that was found in the dirt near the girls. And that's their big piece of evidence. An
Girls who were not
unspent bullet
shot.
that
Uh,
was never
well,
shot, but could have
yeah.
has the markings that it could have actually been in his gun. So that means this bullet would have had to be in Richard Allen's gun at his home and then removed from the gun, not shot, just removed, put in and marked up by going into the chamber, then pulled out, then taken to where the girls were found and pushed down into the dirt between them. That's their big piece of evidence as we know it from the, arrest warrant. That's it,
Right.
and some, locational stuff, but it's not illegal to be in the area where a crime has been committed. A
No.
lot of people were there that day.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right. Right. Sleepy Lee says, I want the person responsible to be charged, not just any person charged.
yeah,
Me too.
yeah,
We want justice for Abby and Libby and for their families.
yeah,
And none of this has anything to do with justice for them. This
right,
case has gotten so far off the rails that it's like the victims don't even exist.
right.
It's
No,
so screwed up.
and their
Right?
poor
He does live
families.
near there.
Yeah,
But can they prove that he put that bullet there? No, they can't.
no,
They have no proof that he put that bullet there.
no, no, and they
And
don't
can they even really prove that it was actually in his gun? That's real flimsy too.
that's very flimsy. That, ballistics, science is real flimsy in court, and I just don't even understand. I think it's very possible that when they get to trial, the problem though is that what kind of bullshit is the judge going to pull when they get closer to trial? What evidence is she going to allow to be seen and isn't? What experts? Because as you know, Indiana is supposed to be paying for expert witnesses for Richard Allen per the law,
Hmm.
and Judge Gold has been denying them funds for that. They had to crowdfund to be able to pay for expert witnesses. We helped pay for that. And some of you guys probably did too,
Hmm.
because that's a part of his due process rights.
Right.
So is she just going to disallow him from being able to have any expert witnesses? Yeah,
Right, Jessica, there is no way an unspent bullet can prove anything.
right?
You can, if it's been shot from a gun, there's a lot that can be proven from that, but it was not
Yeah.
shot.
No.
Like, come on. And it's true, Rom, that victims are not the focus of the justice system, but they are
Yeah.
usually the focus of the prosecution.
Yeah.
Usually the prosecution. I mean, we just watched the Daybell trial. Look at
Yeah.
how heavy of a focus there has been on the
Mhm.
victims in that case.
Yeah. 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 It's crazy. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
anyway, well, all eyes still on Delphi, always and forever apparently, but
Right.
I think the only chance Richard Allen has. Now, what's going to happen if he is found guilty? I mean, this is going to be appealed into oblivion. It should be.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Judge Gold should be removed. She should be removed, not just from this case, but from her post in
From the
general.
bench.
This is the craziest shit ever.
She's
Yeah.
literally doing illegal things
Hmm.
and violating the civil rights of
Yeah.
an offender, or
Oh,
a,
it
not an
sucks.
offender, but a defendant.
Of a defendant, yeah.
And
Who is
you can't.
innocent until proven guilty. And he has been treated like he is already guilty. He's been treated like the way he's been placed in prison. And of course, then they moved him from one prison to the other. And the other prison have continually violated his due process rights. He is not allowed to meet with his attorneys alone. There are jailers standing
How
in there
is that?
listening to every conversation he has.
They treat him like he is this extremely dangerous person, and
Yeah.
he has shown absolutely no evidence of being dangerous at all.
No. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yep. It's awful. So we'll keep our eyes on it. That's what we've got. But don't forget, if you are a part of the watch party or if you're part of our subscription, we are doing the watch party tonight at 8:15. So here in 15 minutes, we're watching Scouts Honor: The Secret Files of the Boy Scouts of America. And again, you'll just go over to YouTube to our page. You'll find, if you're a subscription member, you'll find it. If you're not, you can join if you'd like to join at any level. We are still struggling to get that ironed out
Yes.
with YouTube, but any level is authorized. So just do the 99-cent one, and then you'll find that stream that will be starting here shortly, and you can come in there and join the chat. So again, we don't stream it. You have to stream it at home and watch it, but we all just join together and chat while we watch it. And again, bring your punching pillows because you'll need them. You'll need a bunch of them.
Yeah, you will.
And go pop your popcorn because it's time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All righty. Well, you guys, that's what we've got. So thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for another live, our last live of the week. So watch for that as well. Like, share, follow. You can tip us over at truecrimesquad.com if you'd like to. The super chat is always on. Yes, Alan was being drugged at one point. Yeah, probably still is. Yeah. Yep. Without a court order, by the way, on that.
Yeah,
Without a court order.
totally illegal.
Yep. So there you have it. This has been yet another production of the True Crime Squad. Take care.
Bye, everybody.